Good evening. This is a meeting for the Machine Shop Village Neighborhood Conservation District Commission for the town of North Andover. Prior to starting the public meeting, I'd like to read an announcement. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, general laws, section 30A, paragraph 18, and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of North Andover Machine Shop Village Commission is being conducted via remote participation. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure the public can adequately access the provisions as provided in the order. A reminder that persons who would like to listen to this meeting while it's in progress may do so by watching your television on Comcast Channel 99 or on Verizon Channel 28, or by visiting www.northandovercam.org. Currently, I wanted to let everyone know that we do have a quorum for the meeting, and we have commission members Justin LaFawn and Jerry Wilson are both present to participate in the meeting, as well as an applicant. Okay. So we have an application for a certificate to alter for, let me see, 19 Elm Street, North Andover. The application is for a new front door, replacement windows for the three-season room, and the addition of a exterior door to be added to the three-season room. So, Jim, would you like to walk us through your proposal?
Yes.
And when you do so, Jim, well, referencing for those listening in on the meeting, the document called 19 Elm Application for Certificate to Alter /1 PDF. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So I was approached by a customer of mine on Elm Street, and they wanted to discuss the possibilities of doing a new front door with a storm door on it. Currently, they just have a wooden door. What would be in the replacement of that would be a new fiberglass door that appears like wood. Their color now is like a faint blue, which it would go to like more of like a rich like mahogany type look. So that would be the front door, and that obviously would have a front full glass storm door on it as well. The changes around the back side of the house, they currently have a three-season porch that is kind of too cold for them to use in the wintertime. They wanted to use it more of like a pantry because it's right off the kitchen. So they have currently the louvered three-season glass panels, and they'd like to change that so that it's more of an insulated area. We were going to put triple mulled replacement vinyl windows in there. And alongside that three-season room, currently there's just a storm door that goes off of that into the backyard. And we wanted to propose just changing that storm door into just a flat white panel door, because they're really not going to use that much. So they just kind of want it to be a flat panel door, so it kind of just blends in. And that was most of the changes to the outside. They did ask for a few changes inside, which I don't know how you guys regulate the interior.
No, we don't regulate the interior, just the exterior.
So yeah, that was the major things for the external renovations that were proposed.
So I have a few questions, and then I'll open it up to the other commission members. On page 26 or the page identified, it would be on the application, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Page 7, the second to the last page. You show a picture of sort of what I believe to be the proposed configuration of the door as you want to put in. Is that correct? You
I don't know
provided
the-
us you provided us with a photo, or is that just a stock photo in the catalog?
I'm not sure. I don't see the attachment that you guys have.
It's your application. So where you show the side panels, it showed a picture, and I didn't know whether that picture was part of the catalog or whether that
Yeah,
was.
that's the actual door out of the catalog. So that was the picture of the door that they're requesting
So
out of the
yes,
catalog.
so that door looks like if we go up to where the doors are, the Maple Park door that because we have to be very specific as to what is being applied for. Let me just say that, Jim. So I'm trying to get the details. I've got the overview. I'm trying to just memorialize the details so that once we put it in the form of a motion, and whether we accept or reject, that we are very specific about what we're talking about, so that when an application or a certificate to alter goes to the building department and they put it as a part of the building permit, they have very specific details as to what's going to happen. So I'm just trying to understand. That's they're not. I'm not leading it anywhere, but
That's fine.
you have circled the Maple Park door, which is a single pane. It looks like stained glass door.
Correct. The rectangle at the top.
Yeah. So are we going to be installing that one or the one underneath it?
I'm sorry. When I printed out all the pictures and the copy, I didn't make a copy for myself, and I just mailed it in.
Oh boy.
I wasn't familiar with the process,
So
but so I'll do my best to keep up. But so the door with just the glass on the top, that's the proposal for the door, and then they also have one like a side light next to it. So there's one.
Here, the image you're referring to on page 7, that's a stock photo from the catalog.
well, that's what I asked him.
Yeah,
Jerry.
yeah. No, I think he was confusing it with page 6, which actually has the door circled that they want to propose. But the image on page 7 is actually a stock photo just showing a basic
That's
configuration.
what I thought. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure, and I was because I just because if you looked at it, yeah. All right, so the door, let me just stop for 15 seconds. So Jim, one thing you can do if you're at the computer,
Yes.
if you go to the meeting invite, there was a little PDF agenda that was as part of the meeting invite. If you
Yep.
click on the agenda and go to the application, there's a hot link. If you click on that, it'll take you to a share folder in which your application is in with all the pictures. That's how the town does the virtual meeting. We put all the documents, and I should have had that explained. All the documents go into a share file folder for both for us to talk about, as well as for the folks at home if they wanted to follow along with the documents.
Yeah, this is a huge help. So now I'll be running the same page as you guys. So
Yeah.
could you repeat the question on the on that?
Yeah,
And
so maybe I'll ask it a little different to help
Sure.
a little bit. The door you circled, the Maple Park door, with the stained glass insert, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Is that the door you're planning on installing?
Correct.
Okay. And then the clear low E privacy side panel, that particular one is the one that you're also planning on installing, 2 of those with the front door.
Just one, because there's only one.
Okay.
side
Yeah,
light
there's
there.
one there now. So you're only going to put one there.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So maybe someone can help me. So is the product number the FC number or is it the S number?
The product number from the manufacturer is the FC number.
Okay, thank you. I know it's a little detail, but it's because I'm going to specify those numbers is why I'm asking, Jim.
Okay.
That's all. So I can use that FC number and the FC number of the side panel for the front door. Okay. That helps me at least sort of frame it up a little bit. Okay. And that'll go in the front. Do you have anything that you could provide us that would give us what I know it's a standard flat panel door, but and it's a composite, a fiberglass door for the back. But is there anything you can give us that we could use for the dimensions, the specifications, what
Yeah.
it's going to look like? Is there anything you can help us with that?
Yeah. It's probably going to be like a 3480 door. So like a little bit smaller than your main entryway door. But just because the current hole that is there, like I don't have to recreate the wheel on that. So I'm just going to put a door that fits in there, and it's just going to be purely just a white slab door with no like sometimes you'll see like the shadow boxes or anything like that. Like it's not a 6-panel door or 2-panel door, it's just a flat white door.
Oh, okay. Okay. So if I describe it as a composite flat white slab door, that would probably work.
Yeah, there's gonna be like absolutely zero detail on it besides a knob.
Okay.
For,
So almost like a metal door used on a garage like a barrier door between a house and a garage.
yeah, and they actually have a door that's gonna be on the adjacent side of the room, and that goes between the garage and the 3-season room. So I'm gonna actually grab the same door for that as well, so that they look similar.
Okay. All right. I know it's a lot of detail, but I need the detail myself. Jerry, do you think that's or Justin, 34 by 80 composite flat white slab door? Would that adequately describe it, you guys?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay. All right. And I just wanted to quickly go to the windows and then we can talk about look and so forth. I just trying to get the whole thing down.
Yep.
So I did drive by the house, Jim, and so you're replacing a total of, I don't know if these 3 louvered windows are considered one unit or 3 separate units, but there's a total of 9 sort of louvered windows, right?
Correct.
And you're going to replace all 9 with 9 of these well, it wouldn't be a triple mold unit, but you'd use 3 triple mold units to replace the 9.
Correct.
Okay. So far, so good. What if we looked at the triple mold units? We need more detail on those units. So let me give you, for instance, could we say that the dimensions of those, there would be no changes to the overall dimensions?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep them exactly the way they are now. What I would usually do is I just give the overall dimension to my distributor, and they basically make the mulls evenly spaced. The system does it and calculates it for me. So, but I imagine that these are pretty symmetrical as well. So I feel like there'd be a perfect replacement to what's there now.
What is the so when we look at this, right? Is there going to be any? How do they get placed in there? Is there going to be any? additional, no, I'm losing my thought here a little bit. I'm trying to say how they're going to sit in the porch. In other words, just the
So
unit
currently,
itself.
yeah, so
Yeah.
currently, I think the Venetian storm blinds, those will be dismantled basically just from unscrewing the aluminum fixtures on the outside, just like a normal storm window would. Um, and those would come off, and then the triple mall windows would go in like your standard replacement window, where there's screws that go in from the edging of the window, the framing of the window into the framing of the house. Obviously, spray foam insulation would be used. We hope to go to the outside stops that are currently there and then trim back in from the inside. And so, yeah, so that would be the process. And then the last step of that process would be to go outside and make sure that I caulk all the seams, make sure that everything is air and watertight.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to understand is, so like there's currently for the louvered windows, a structural sill. So are you leaving the sill on these windows?
Yeah, and everything should have a header on it now because it's currently supporting the weight of the triple mall windows in there now.
Yeah.
So the header should already be in place. So there really shouldn't be any structural changes in the project.
Yeah.
So this is like a replacement style window as opposed to new construction.
Correct.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
hearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Replacement.
Yeah. That's what I'm hearing too.
Yeah, it's just a large replacement, to be honest with you.
Okay, I got enough detail now, so I'll turn it over to Justin. Why don't you can ask.
Well, I just asked my biggest question is, are they
Yeah.
replacement windows or new construction? So
Yeah.
that covers that. I mean, otherwise, through the details that we talked about, it seems pretty straightforward. So, I mean, I just don't really see anything that sticks out other than that.
Okay.
If you guys don't mind me asking, like, what would you guys be looking for to keep up the mechanical district? Because I don't know if you can give me a short history lesson on this or not, but I'm just not familiar with it.
Well, we one of the things we're going to look for is how it would fit in with the surrounding houses, how it would impact. There are a considerable amount of homes in the machine shop district that basically are newer homes, right?
Yeah.
So, but we look for anything that would impact, the surrounding area, how congruent it is with surrounding area, landscape, and so forth. So, in these types of general applications, they are, as Justin said, fairly straightforward. So, does that answer it, or?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate it.
So, Jerry?
Yeah, I basically had the same concerns as you guys. I understood the windows were going to be done as a replacement style.
Okay.
That question, it's not going to impact the header, the sill, or the jam trims. And it sounds like that's similar to what's going to happen at the front door. So yeah, it's pretty much straightforward.
Yep.
Okay. Well, do you want me to make a motion, or I can make a motion and we can, I'll make a motion to allow for a certificate of alter at 19 Elm Street that would allow for a new fiberglass front door, a maple classic, and I will incorporate the item numbers, but let's just say with the circled item numbers, right? Replace the 9 louvered windows with 3 sets of replacement triple mall windows, maintaining jam trims, the header and the sills, and install a composite flat panel exterior white door in the 3-season room. All in favor of that motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye as well. So 3-0 that we will allow for a certificate to alter. I'm also going to add there'll be no changes to the openings of the existing dimensions. Okay. So the motion is passed. Basically, what happens now, Jim, is I will write this up, and we have a form that we write up. I will send a copy of that over to the building department, and I'll also copy you on that as well as the applicant. And with this certificate to alter, the building department, from our perspective, will be okay to move forward with a building permit from the historic Machine Shop Village perspective. Any other
Appreciate it.
questions or?
If I don't have an open permit application open with the building permit yet, is that something that's like, are they trying to like attach your paperwork to an open permit, or should I open
No.
on one night, or?
No, they're not going to try to attach our paperwork to an open permit. You need our. It's a prerequisite for you to get and open the permit.
Okay. Perfect.
So they won't open or issue you a permit until you have the certificate to alter. Then they attach that to the permit itself. So that's why I asked for the details, Jim, because it's sort of the fallback position that says, okay, this is what they approved for you to do. If you have to change these things, then you need to come back to us.
Okay.
That's what it's for, because the building inspector or the building department can verify or should verify that in fact this attachment along with these supportive documents will be used for this work order.
Gotcha.
And let me just, before we abandon the meeting, I do have to verify that we did not receive any additional emails or comments from the public. And we did not receive any questions. We did not receive any comments. So that's it. So we need a motion to adjourn the meeting. Barry,
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Goes 3-0. The meeting is adjourned.